Hi Flosstube, it's Annie from AnnieBeezFolkArt. I'm here to do a year in review of all the releases that I had in 2022. This is the second time I've had to film this. I filmed it last week and the entire video was corrupted. I did everything I could to try to save it, short of spending $50 on some software that I wasn't sure was going to work anyway. So that's where I'm at. So I have to refilm it, but so here I am, ready to show you all my releases. But first of all, I would like to talk to you about the Ornament Club for this year. It's the it's Freezin season Ornament Club, and this is designed by me. I'm Annie Belcher from AnnieBeezFolkArt, and this is distributed through Crazy Annies Stitchin, which is a different Annie. I know it's really confusing. Her name is Annie Miller, and she is she runs the club. All I do is design it and send my charts to her, and she does everything else. So just to make that clear, because it's really confusing because we're both named Annie. But anyway, so here is the first chart, the number 1 chart for January. I've shown this before, but I just wanted to talk about this club because thanks to our friend Nicole Spohr on her Flosstube, she showed her interest in the club, her chart, and now her finish, and we've gotten a lot of signups. So here's the model. This is my version. This is stitched on 36 count vintage country mocha. Isabel is currently stitching some of them on an 18 count Ada vintage country mocha, just to show you what it looks like on Ada, and she likes stitching on Ada, so it's easier for her, and I like linen. So just to show you some different, you know, finishes or different fabrics. Anyway, here is my model. Here's the back. I backed it with a gingham. I like to do the method where you sew around all 4 edges and then you pull the fabric out and cut a little slit and then stuff it, turn it and stuff it through the back. And then I cover my slit with this piece of lace. And this is the vintage lace from Lori Holt. And that's a little Lori Holt button. And I just sewed the little thing on. I didn't put it in the seam. I sewed it on the back and then covered up my stitches with this little button. And this is the vintage trim. The, what is it called? Tinsel, the vintage tinsel that Lois from Lady Dot Creates aged it for us. And you can get from Annie, you can get just the pattern, or you can get the pattern and the supplies. Anyway, what I wanted to tell you about though is that our club is up to 500 subs now, and so we are a little overwhelmed. We weren't expecting that. I've had to keep reprinting to keep us up to date. So we're capping it off now at 500 for now. Just so that we can get caught up, get everyone that has ordered, we can get it shipped out and not get too far behind. And Crazy Annies will take names for a wait list. And in a month or so, once we're caught up, we will revisit and see if we can add people in at that point. So right now, if you're interested, we are full. But if you're interested, you can send an email to Crazy Annies Stitchin, and I will put all the links and the directions on how to do this down in the drop box below. But so you can email her at crazyannystitchin@yahoo.com, put in your subject line waitlist Freezin, and in the email provide a PayPal ID and your full mailing address, and then she'll contact you as things open up. So that's where we're at. Thank you so much for your patience. If you're on the waiting list, thank you if you've signed up. Thank you, Nicole Spohr, for featuring our pattern. It's just been amazing, and we really do want to try to accommodate everyone, so just be patient with us. Annie is one person. This isn't the only club she runs. She runs other clubs, so hopefully, you know, we can get caught up and everyone will be patient while we get everything out. And Isabel and I are working hard to get everything folded and shipped. She does a great job with that. And yeah, that's where we're at with the Ornament Club. And I have sent Annie the second one, so those will be coming out too. And as soon as a lot of people have received it, then I'll show my model for the second one in the Ornament Club. So that's it for that. Let's move on to my 2022 releases. So first of all, I'll show you the framed pieces because I have them stacked nicely over here. This is called 1884 Home Sampler. I released this at Market last spring. I love this piece. It's based on a little painting I did in my sketchbook, which I always forget to bring the paintings. I'm so sorry. I'll have to show those in the future. Here is the model. It is, let's see, it's stitched on 32 count fawn by Picture This Plus, which is a beautiful fabric. I love that fabric. And it's stitched with DMC and Classic Colorworks. It's 2/2. The stitch count is 104 by 144. And the frame is from East Side Moldings in Virginia. Anyway, Home Sampler. I love that one. It turned out so good. I can't wait to like hang it up downstairs. Still trying to get cross stitch hung up in my house. The next one is Welcome to Our Patch. This was released at Expo this year in the fall. And this was originally a design that I did for Angela at Happy Little Stitch Shop. It was an exclusive to her in the beginning. And now it's available for everyone. Welcome to Our Patch. It's got those cute little patchwork pumpkins and bittersweet and some little wheat. And anyhow, this is stitched on 28 count green sapphire linen, which is just a base Zweigart linen. It's 2/2. The stitch count is 107 by 84, and it looks like it's all DMC. So very simple to get those materials. And I don't know if you can tell in here that it's like green. You know, I have these weird, not weird, but these like apple green walls in this I'm in my sewing room today, which I am going to paint, but I literally, from the time we moved in here in July, I haven't had 1 second to get any painting done. Luckily, this house was move-in ready because I haven't been able to really do anything yet, but I will. I'm planning as soon as Market's over and I get back, I'm going to start working on the house and getting things painted and things put up. Anyway, Welcome to Our Patch. And the next framed piece is called Good Shepherd Sampler. This is actually a reworked design in my first incarnation as a designer. So I started to design in like 2007, and I did it for maybe 5 years or something. And things were a little bit different then, and it wasn't the only thing I was doing. I was doing other kinds of art and stuff, so it didn't really take off for me, and so I kind of gave it up. But in my first incarnation, I designed this very similar to this, and it was on an oval box, on the top of an oval box. And it was actually in Welcome Stitchery for like 15 years, like a long time. It was on display in that shop. But anyway, so this is called Good Shepherd Sampler. It's been reworked. And this is all stitched in NPI. It is on 36 count Vintage Luna by Lakeside Linens, which is kind of a pretty mellowy, yellowy sampler color. The frame is also, all these frames are by East Side Moldings, by the way. And it has some over one right here in the words, and it says, I am the good shepherd, I know mine, and mine know me. Mine know me, so the scripture verse. And it just has, you know, some little running sheep and pretty little brick house, and we got some berry bowls and pretty, I tried to this time make it a little bit more fall-ish. So it has like the kind of fall colors, but then with like an added blue. So that's Good Shepherd Sampler. I love this one. I cannot wait to get it hung up. so I can look at it every day. And this is, the stitch count on this is 145 by 141. Yeah, Good Shepherd sampler. My next one, Remember Me, because every designer has to have a chart called Remember Me. Anyway, this is on 35 count light khaki linen by Weeks Dye Works, and it's using 1 strand of dinky dyes over 2 linen threads. The stitch count is 93 by 100. There are also some DMCs, so it's a dinky dyes and DMC. So here's this one. I love this. It turned out so pretty. I don't know if you can see, there's kind of like a lacy little bottom here and pretty brick house. And it says, when this you see, remember me, this is over 1, the verse. Got a little birdie up there. Another really pretty, that light khaki linen is another just really pretty sampler color, I think. Anyway, Remember Me. Can't wait to get that one hung up too. And this is my reproduction. This is called Margaret Robertson, 1855. And here's a picture of the actual sampler. I loved it because it has all those little hearts, which I think is so cute. And then when you actually look at this sampler, you can see that, so there's like hearts and then initials, and you can tell like who her parents were, who her grandparents, maternal, paternal, you can really figure it out. And when I first got this sampler, I really thought this MR was Margaret Robertson right there. And then I found out later that when it's in black like that, it usually means it's somebody who's passed away. And there is another MR here. So you can tell like what number she was. I think there were like 9 kids in her family. And there you go, 1855. I don't really have any information about Margaret other than just what I can glean from the sampler. Anyway, that was my first reproduction. I think it's really cute, and I can't wait to hang that one up. It's going to be really fun. I love the alphabets in it and everything. Okay, next, I will show you all the smalls I did. So let's see. First of all, maybe we should go through really quickly the last year's Ornament Club, which was the 12 Days of Christmas stocking, finished as stockings. So it's the classic 12 Days of Christmas. This is the first one, the partridge in a pear tree. They all, we stitched them, because Isabel stitched all of these. So we stitched them on 14 count Aida. They all have this beading. So there's beading in the numerals, and then I don't know if you can see really, but there's also beading in the middle of each one of these like red berries, and then some down here on the pear. So there's a little bit of beading in every one. You could eliminate the beading if you're not into it. This is just a chenille, and this is finished like flat on not cardstock. What do you call that? You know, the heavier, I can't think what it's called. Oh, that's what happens when you get old. Anyway, the heavier mounting board. I don't know, I can't think what it's called. But anyway, so I would just cover the front, you know, cut out the shape, and you get the template in the pattern. And then finish it on the template, the front, and do one on the back. I think they all have the same fabric on the back, which is just a fabric that I found, a Christmas fabric. And then they all have this cording around the edge and the chenille at the top. So that's how I finished them. So that's Partridge in a Pear Tree, number 1. Number 2, 2 turtle doves. Number 3, 3 French hens. Number 4, 4 calling birds. Number 5, 5 golden rings. Number 6, 6 geese a-laying. Number 7, 7 swans a-swimming. Number 8, 8 maids a-milking. Number 9, 9 ladies dancing. You can see I'm missing a bead right here because when I finished this one, I forgot to do the beading first. So I was having Isabel stitch them and then I would do the beading and then finish them, and I just forgot. And so I had to glue. I think I did the beading down here, but on the number I forgot it and I had to glue beads on, and one already fell off. Number 10, 10 lords a-leaping. Number 11, 11 drummers drumming. And number 12, 11 pipers piping. And 12 drummers drumming. Don't know my... You'd think after doing those for an entire year, I would really have it down. Anyway, so that is the stocking club. And right now, I think Annie has some complete kits available. So you can go to Crazy Annies and email her. Her email will be down below. And if you want to buy the entire full kit of, not kit, but patterns, all 12 patterns, she's going to have some sets available. So for a short time, she will have those available. So if you're interested, jump on that. Let's see, what do we have next here? I think I'm going to have to pause and pull some of these things because I'm not sure what I did with them. I do have this one. Let's see, do I have the pattern? Here it is. Okay, so I have Hop to It here. This was a release at Market last year, and I finished it as a little pillow. Came out so cute. This was so popular. I think we sold out at Market. It turned out really cute, and it is, I think, also on that green sapphire. Yeah, 28 count green sapphire linen by Zweigart. It's 2/2. It's all DMC, and the stitch count is 57 by 60, so pretty small. You get that done pretty quickly. Hop to it. And all of these are available, all these charts are available in my Etsy shop, but first go to your favorite, either LNS or online shop, and buy from them first, because I want to support the shops. They've been awesome, and we need to support them so that we have them to go to. I'm going to pause and collect the rest of my smalls. I don't know what happened to them since I did this the other day, but I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so let's talk about Mary Hill. This was a Market release, and this is like a little sampler pin cushion, the same design done monochromatically, which I call a ghost pin cushion, and then this is a little needle keep. So I'll show you, here's the, whoops, here's the pin cushion, and it has this like beaded edging, which I'll show you how to do. It's really fun. There's a little directions on how to do this in the pattern. So that's that one. This is the ghost one, the monochromatic, same design. And here is the little needle keep. Mary Hill, what is it, 1826, and then on the back is where you keep you just sew on this little piece of wool felt, which comes in the pattern, and then you can put your needles in there. And it's funny because then Vicky from Needlework Press released a reproduction sampler called Mary Hill, which was crazy. And my Mary Hill, I've had a pattern for years on a doll, like a folk doll that I made, and I called her Mary Hill, and so that's where it came from for me. But yeah, there's actually a reproduction out there. Mary Hill, I'll have to stitch that. Anyway, so these are, let's see, they're stitched with Gentle Arts and Weeks Dye Works. The monochromatic one is on let's see, this one is on Ale from Picture This Plus, 36 count. The colored one is on Beige Linen from Weeks Dye Works, 36 count. And I think this is also the Beige Linen, 36 count. And they're with Weeks Dye Works and Gentle Arts, and it's 1/2. So yeah, and then they're Mill Hill beads for the edging. So that's Mary Hill. Cute little pin cushion set. Okay, next we have the Running Bunny Biscornu. And this pattern was also released at Market. This was my first Biscornu. Here you go. And the way I designed it is on one side you have hearts, so you could use it, you could put it this way for Valentine's Day, and then in the spring you could flip it over and you have your bunnies on the other side. It's got these pretty little roses and it's a cute little design. It was stitched on 32 count espresso from R&R Reproductions, and it was using DMC, Weeks Dye Works, and Classic Color Works. The stitch count is 90 by 180 on both sides. Yeah. So that is my first Biscornu. Running Bunny Biscornu. Okay, that was a Market release. I'm not sure if I said that. Next is, this was an Expo release. Let's see, is this the first one? Yeah. Set 1 of Christmas in the Country. These are the tag ornaments that were released through a Crazy Annies ornament club in the past. And so I've decided there's 12 of these, and I decided to release all 12 in sets of 3. So far at Expo, I released set 1 and 2, and I will be releasing set 3 and 4. So here's set 1. These are all stitched on 25 count raw Dublin linen, 2/2. They are around somewhere, they're like just under 50 by 50. And then there's a couple bigger ones that are still under 60 though, stitches. So here's the sled. And they each feature a little ceramic Mill Hill button. I'll show you that up close, which you can get from your local cross stitch shop. The brick and mortar ones pretty much all carry them, or if they've been around a while, but they can easily get them for you. So that's the little tag. I finished them all the same way, where it's like 2 pieces of mat board, that's the word I was looking for, and you just sandwich them together. And then it's got a grommet in the middle and some decoray there at the top. This is mounted on a piece of board. Anyway, it's a simple finish. The template is included in all the patterns and directions on how to finish it if you want to finish them like a tag. Okay, so that's the sled. Here's the Santa, ho, ho, ho. And here is the Merry Christmas. And this is one of those that's larger than 50. I think it's like 58 across. So some of them are a little bit wider. So that's the first set. It's available at your local L&S. This is the second set, also came out at Expo. And all the same finishing, fabric, everything. Here's the little snowman. Okay, so I guess this was the 2020 club. And here is the little snowman in a wagon. Little button. I think he's so cute. You can tell I love snowmen. And the quintessential red truck, cut and carry. The pretty ceramic red star. I love it. Okay. And next, in the summer, I released this one, which is called Be Sweet. This is stitched on 32 count vintage Sahara. which is a Zweigart, using 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. It features Weeks Dye Works and Classic Color Works. The stitch count is 58 by 87. Sweet, easy. I finished it with rickrack on the sides. It's just your basic pillow finish. Yeah, nice one for summer, patriotic. And then the next one is the famous Redwork Pears. This pattern was well received and was featured even at the attic for summer school. Jean, I think, gave one to everyone who came to summer school. And I'll show you the models. Here's the berries. All the directions on how to finish these that are in the pattern. This is just a rolled up piece of wool. You can see I just rolled it up and sewed it. And then these are little wool leaves. This is a herringbone stitch down the side. Stuff it through the bottom, put a piece of wool to cover up your hole. Pretty easy, easy peasy. It's not a hard finish at all. These are all stitched on 36 count antique cotton linen by R&R, and they use 1 strand of floss over 2 linen threads. They were all stitched with Cranberry Cocktail by Dinky Dyes. And here's the next one, which is the birds. This is what is it called? French General fabric on the back, in case you were wondering. And the alphabet. So the Redwork Pears. I will be having another set of pears releasing at Nashville in a couple months, or about less than 6 weeks now. It's coming right up. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Okay, and last but not least, this is You Melt My Heart. This is such a cute pattern. This came out so well. The fabric, which everybody always asks about, is a hand-dyed fabric by Whitley Quimby of Southern Stitchers Co. If you contact Whitley, you can get this fabric. Yeah. There's a little extra little scissor fob that goes with it. It's a cute one for Valentine's Day, for winter. I love this guy. Yet another snowman. You can tell I just love snowmen. Okay, this model is stitched on 32 count hand-dyed linen by Whitley, Southern Stitchers Co. And I'll put a link down below. It is 80 by 106. And it is all, let's see, it's DMC, Classic Color Works, and Weeks Dye Works. I think that's all the information that you need. This is a popcorn trim by Lady Dot Creates. Yeah. Super cute. I love this one. It turned out so good. It really, really turned out cute. I like his little hat and his little face. And his little trees and his little design there. Super cute. You Melt My Heart. Okay, that is all my releases from 2022. And I am busy working on new stuff for market. I've got some things we're really excited about. I finally got Channing Street done. I know I've been showing progress on that, but now I'm like so excited about it. I think I'm just gonna make everybody wait for my market release video. It is gonna be, Channing Street will be my 100th pattern, which is exciting. So we're trying to do some extra little cute things to go along with it. Yeah, and I'll be back with the girls to do a regular Flosstube hopefully next week. We're really working hard to get ready for market. It's been great having them both on board this year. I think this is the first year we've had Chelsea on board. And it's been great. She's been doing a lot of my marketing and things like that, which has been awesome. I'm so excited because the three of us are going to be at market together and we're really going to have fun, I know. And yeah, I'm excited to bring some new, I have 7 releases for market, which for me is a lot. So I'm excited about that. And thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all your lovely comments that you guys always leave. We love interacting with you and hearing what you have to say, and, you know, all of it. It's just great. It's wonderful being part of this community. This community just continues to be so amazing. And yeah, there's so many great people and so many generous people, and it's been wonderful. Okay, thank you for watching, and I will see you in a week or so. Bye.